Am I the jerk for refusing to change my dog's name after my friend gave her baby the same one? So, here's the situation. I have a golden retriever named Charlie. I adopted him 4 years ago from a local shelter when he was just a puppy. From day one, I felt like the name suited him perfectly. He's friendly, goofy, full of energy, and Charlie just fit. Over the years, everyone in my life has gotten to know Charlie. He's basically my best friend. I work from home, so he's with me almost 24/7. He's in my Christmas cards, he has his own Instagram, and honestly, he's part of my identity. Now, my best friend recently had a baby boy. I was thrilled for her. I helped organize the baby shower, I dropped off meals after birth, and I've been there to support her however I can. But then came the name reveal. She and her husband announced the baby's name was Charlie. At first I thought, oh, that's cute, what a coincidence. But almost immediately, my friend pulled me aside and said, hey, so now that my son is named Charlie, I think you should consider changing your dog's name. It's going to be confusing and honestly a little disrespectful to have them share. I laughed at first because I thought she was joking, but she wasn't. She was dead serious. She told me, people are going to think it's weird that my son and your dog have the same name. Imagine me introducing my baby and someone saying, oh, like your best friend's dog? That's humiliating. I told her flat out, I've had my dog for 4 years. I'm not changing his name now. He responds to it. It's part of who he is. She rolled her eyes and said, he's a dog. He doesn't care. My son is a person, and his name matters more. Since then, it's turned into this whole argument. Every time I post a picture of Charlie on Instagram, she makes a snide comment like, still calling him that, huh? She even asked me not to say the dog's name around her baby because it's confusing. It's gotten so tense that she stopped inviting me to hang out as much. At one point, she even said, if you don't change it, people are going to think you're mocking my son. My other friends are split. Some say it's ridiculous pets, and people can share names all the time, and no one cares. Others say maybe I should compromise, like call my dog Chuck or Buddy to avoid drama. My family thinks my friend is being over the top, but they also warned me not to let this ruin our friendship. To explain why this feels like such a big deal, let me add some context. When I adopted him, I was going through a really tough time. I had just moved to a new city, started a stressful job, and felt really alone. Charlie became my comfort. I talked to him when I was upset, celebrate with him when I was happy, and honestly, he pulled me out of a depression. His name isn't just a label, it's tied to years of memories. Changing it now feels like erasing part of that bond. What really bothers me is how my friend framed it. It wasn't, hey, would you mind using a nickname sometimes? It was, you need to change your dog's name because my baby is more important. That rubbed me the wrong way. It felt dismissive, like my pet doesn't matter at all. Here's the kicker. My friend herself had a cat named Max when we were in college. At the same time, our mutual friend had a boyfriend named Max. No one made a big deal about it then. Why is it suddenly different now? She insists people will confuse my dog and her baby. But honestly, I don't know how. If I say, Charlie, sit, everyone knows I'm talking to the golden retriever. If my friend says, Charlie had his first steps, no one thinks she's talking about my dog. The contexts are totally different. This is where it gets messy. My mom says, you named him years ago. She knew that when she picked the name. It's on her for choosing it if it bothered her. My dad says, it's just a dog. Maybe it wouldn't kill you to pick a nickname. My fiancé is firmly on my side. He says my friend is being unreasonable, and changing Charlie's name after 4 years would be confusing for the dog and pointless. Some of my other friends think it's hilarious and tell me to stick to my guns. A couple, though, suggested I use a nickname in front of her to keep the peace. Last week, I went to visit her and meet baby Charlie again. At one point, I called my dog over. I said, come here, Charlie. My friend visibly tensed and said, see, this is exactly what I mean. I don't want my baby growing up having to share his name with a dog. It's insulting. I told her gently, your son is going to meet dozens of Charlies in his life. It's a common name. My dog having it doesn't take away from your son. She got angry and said, you're choosing a dog over me and over our friendship. That really hurt. I told her I wasn't choosing anyone over anyone, but that I wasn't going to rename a living being who has had his name for years. She hasn't spoken to me since. I've been replaying this over and over. Part of me wonders if I could just start calling him Chuck casually when she's around. But honestly, why should I have to? I had the name first. She knew that. If it bothered her, she could have picked another baby name. I also worry about the precedent. If I cave here, what's next? Will she expect me to stop posting dog pictures because her son might be tagged in the same hashtag? Well, I need to stop talking about my dog altogether. So her son is the only Charlie that matters? Friendships are supposed to go both ways. I've been nothing but supportive of her helping during her pregnancy, buying gifts, being there for her. But it feels like she doesn't respect me in return. And then there's Charlie himself. He's 4 years old. He knows his name. Dogs recognize their names as commands. Changing it now would confuse him. It's not fair to him.